Hey everyone, for my final video of 2019, I thought I would do double movie reviews of two movies that I got the chance to see recently but haven't had my chance to review them yet. I've decided to give you guys my thoughts on these movies before the year closes. This isn't going to be like my normal reviews where I give you a plot explanation, then I tell you my expectations, pros and cons, the rating. This is going to be a bit different, just going to tell you movie I saw, a bit of my expectations before going into it, and then give you my thoughts on the movie and my rating for that film. One I saw a week before Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the other I saw after Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And just in case I don't forget about reviewing either one of these movies, just thought I'd give you guys my opinions on these movies. And let's begin. First movie is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers. I was really looking forward to this movie because I grew up with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I adored Won't You Be My Neighbor. It was one of my favorite movies of 2018. It was a phenomenal documentary, probably the best one I've ever seen. And hearing about this movie got me very excited, especially that Tom Hanks, my favorite actor, is going to be playing Fred Rogers. That got me excited right there, and the trailers were great. I'm really excited for this movie. Took a while for me to see it, and I saw it about weeks ago, but haven't had my chance to give you my thoughts yet, and now. And I think this is a very good movie, a very touching and heartfelt movie. And first, right out of the way, Tom Hanks is fantastic and the absolute perfect choice as Fred Rogers. While he may not look or sound like Fred Rogers that much, I felt like Tom Hanks wasn't trying to imitate Fred Rogers, just capturing his kindness and his optimism. And I thought it worked perfectly, and he definitely deserves an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. While the marketing is focused a lot on Tom Hanks, he does have top billing in this movie, and he's in a lot of the film's trailers, and he's on the poster. This movie is not about Fred Rogers, and this movie is more about the journalist who is hired to interview Fred Rogers, Lloyd Vogel, and the film focuses a lot on him. He's been having relationship problems with his wife, he doesn't really get along with his father, played very well by Chris Cooper, who I felt like hasn't been getting a lot of credit for this movie, and I thought he gave a very good supporting performance in this movie. The two things that surprised me about this movie was this film was able to show Fred Rogers had flaws, like Won't You Be My Neighbor. It didn't just show Fred Rogers as this optimistic person, to show he had some problems, which shocked me. But also, I really liked the directing in this movie. How this film was structured like an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, with the transitions that I thought were creative and well done. However, my one issue with A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is the main character, not the actor. He did a great job in the role. But since he is a very cynical person, and this film is supposed to show his progression from being a very bad person to being a better person by the end of this movie, I felt like at the beginning, as well as a few parts of this movie, it was a bit difficult to sympathize with him because he was just really not a good person, and how much of a jerk he was to everyone. And I had a hard time just getting on his side and just trying to sympathize, but luckily we do see why he is the way he is, and there were a few parts of this movie where it was a bit difficult for me to sympathize with him. But overall, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is a very good movie. Tom Hanks is absolutely fantastic as Fred Rogers, and he is the reason to see this movie. It's a feel-good and heartfelt movie with important messages about being respectful to other people. And overall, I am going to give A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood 4.5 stars out of 5. A must-see movie. If you haven't seen this movie yet, definitely check out this movie. I highly recommend it. And the final movie to talk about is Jumanji: The Next Level, the sequel to Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Now, I thought Welcome to the Jungle was a pleasant surprise. I was expecting that movie to be okay, but I had a fun time with it. The cast worked well together, it was funny. I really liked how that movie was able to utilize the video game setting very well. And I was interested to see what would happen in a sequel. And I saw it a few days ago, and it's decent. It's a mildly enjoyable sequel, but not quite at the same level of humor and entertainment value as Welcome to the Jungle. To start off with the positives is the cast. They still work together, and you can tell they're having fun making this movie. Of course, Dwayne Johnson, Karen Gillan, Jack Black is again really funny like he was in Welcome to the Jungle. And who knew Kevin Hart would do a spot-on job playing Danny Glover? And I like the new additions of Awkwafina, and especially Danny DeVito and Danny Glover. I really like them. And there are some fun sequences in this movie, two in particular. One of them takes place at a desert, escaping these ostriches, that I thought was a lot of fun. And another sequence involving bridges and monkeys that was also an exciting sequence as well. This film does have moments where it made me laugh, And I also appreciated the themes of friendship. When I saw that Dwayne Johnson was going to be playing Danny DeVito and Kevin Hart was going to be playing Danny Glover, I was excited to see that, but a bit worried at the same time. Luckily, it wasn't just there for comedy, since both characters of Danny Glover and Danny DeVito has had a history together. They argue a lot throughout this movie, and since it's been a year after the events of Welcome to the Jungle, and Spencer missed being part of the game, playing Dr. Bravestone, Dwayne Johnson's character, and missing that game and spending a lot of time with their friends. And I really like seeing the themes of friendship in this movie. I appreciated that. Sadly, my issues with this film is that the comedy can fall flat sometimes. There were some moments where I just wasn't laughing at all. And like Welcome to the Jungle, this movie is pretty predictable, can pretty much tell where things are going, where this is gonna happen and this. And another one of my issues with Welcome to the Jungle was the villain. I didn't really care for him that much, just thought he was a weak villain. But this villain I thought was even worse. He's just some big guy. He's just a weak villain, just there, just so a bad guy can be in the plot. But overall, I did enjoy Jumanji: The Next Level. The cast still works together, it still has some humor and some entertaining moments. But as compared to Welcome to the Jungle, I didn't find this sequel just quite as entertaining as that. So overall, I'm going to give Jumanji: The Next Level 3 stars out of 5. If you enjoyed Welcome to the Jungle and haven't seen this movie yet, do check it out if you want. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, but if you did not like Welcome to the Jungle or haven't seen it and not interested in watching it, you can skip this film if you want. And those are my thoughts on some movies that I've seen recently, as well as my final video for 2019. And I want to thank all my subscribers out there for a great year on this channel. And I'm really excited to be doing more movie reviews in 2020. Looks like a promising year. I can't wait. And I'm excited to bring you guys more videos in January 2020. Already planning some videos. I'll be having reviews for Little Women, Uncut Gems, and 1917 will be playing in my area until January 10th. I'm highly anticipating that movie, as well as some lists. I got my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2020. That video will be coming soon, as well in the middle of January, and that's when I'm planning my top 10 best movies of 2019. Looking forward to bringing those videos to you guys. So what do you guys think of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood and Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle? Do you agree? Disagree with me? Let me know below. Make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new here. It really means a lot. I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.